Hey, it's Don, the Auction Professor here. I wanted to talk about eBay and what's going on with stocks for eBay. If you didn't know, eBay for the first time in history is paying a dividend to stock investors. Now, this has mixed feelings for those who actually were around when eBay split off from PayPal. For every stock you had of eBay, you got a free one, basically, of PayPal. Big difference with that is PayPal shot up to $107 at that time a share. eBay stayed in the $30 to $40 range. So PayPal advanced after the split off, and it didn't do anything for eBay. It almost removed some value from the company. While there's more talk going around since the dividends have been actually started to be delved out, it's basically 55 cents or so on a share is what eBay's going to be showing up. Let's actually hop to the screen, and I'm just going to show you a few articles. You should pay attention to this. This could have some major impacts in the future on us as a seller and the company as a whole if they can't meet the shareholders' needs, or if they do some other actions such as splitting off other companies like StubHub or eBay Classifieds, which is what everybody's pushing for at this time. But let's hop over and look at the actual reports. Now, here we are. This is the first article. Now, this is from TameBay. Now, I know a bunch of people do actually pay attention to it. They usually post a lot of good articles based on facts and information. The other one that I follow besides Wall Street Journal and a few of the other ones, the Reddits and stuff, is The Motley Fool, because they do post a lot of information financial-wise. I do pay attention to this. Whether I play in the stock market with eBay, PayPal, or any of these factors has no bearing on it. This gives you an idea on what's going on financially. That's the most important part to know where eBay is standing. Now, there's two factors here with this. One group of people that actually hold on to the stock in hopes that the stock will raise in price, so at some point they can sell it and then they're going to recoup all this money all at once. There's other folks who like to invest the money and then get a small trickle back, which are the ones who wanted them to pay out dividends. This is the first time in more than 20 years eBay has ever done this. So they do have the money to do it. They do have some money coming in. It may hurt expectations, though, in the future. It just depends. At one point, this could bring more investors in to actually funnel more money into eBay, with more people wanting to purchase stock and raising the price. There's many factors in here. It also could push others to say at this point they're doing well, let's split off StubHub, which sells tickets and things, which didn't actually do as well as they should have last year because of some college ball games and things like that that were affected over this. But the point is that if they sell off certain areas that are profitable, such as eBay Classifieds, which is a site that basically mimics or mirrors Craigslist, where you can list actual listings and classifieds locally, if they did that, they could actually remove some of the value to eBay. So let's say that they split off eBay Classifieds, and that does well and the stocks go up. Well, those in eBay itself, the stocks may not go up anymore. It may actually diminish the value because some of the interest in the value in the company could have been one of these companies, such as, say, PayPal, that have now been pulled off from eBay. So hasn't happened. It's not something they're planning on doing, but it's been recommended many times over. And if there's enough leverage going out, or eBay has any stumbles later on in the future, it could be a forced issue to actually be able to return an investment or dividends to the actual shareholders. Now, I don't know every aspect on this. We've played in the stock market. We did the big one when PayPal separated, and you could flip and actually make enough to actually buy a brand new car when that happened, which was a good plus for us. So, I can't complain about that aspect of it. You can see them right here with quotes. PayPal at 107, even with eBay going to be pulling some service from them, eBay is still only $38. So you got to think and take some of this in consideration. Now, this article goes into strategies that sellers should be using on this. It goes into other factors, such as explaining that eBay is spending less on promotional aspects of the company, and they actually have cut costs. So, they're cutting costs, so they might be cutting services that we've talked about in other videos. So basically, at this point, they're making more revenue, but their GMV, their gross merchandise value, is actually down, meaning that they've sold less items on the site, less items have changed hands, but the revenue is up. So they have done some more marketing and taken in some more money from marketing aspects, but overall, they've gained more income from us as a seller. So some of these things actually scare me, that if they get to a point and they split off stuff, they could diminish the value of eBay, where it would hurt me as a seller because they wouldn't be pumping as much into it to get more and more people on the site to start with. So once their viewership would go down, let's say, it would start to hurt sales for people more and more. So, you just got to take some of this in consideration. This article basically goes into the fact that you should actually be trying to get rid of items that aren't selling, obviously. It's written from the point of someone, I would say, who doesn't sell on eBay personally, because they basically telling you to cut your costs and things like that, which everybody should be doing anyway. There's just a few other articles on it too. Motley Fool has a decent article talking about when they were going to do it back in January. Now the follow-up is very interesting. This came out April 23rd, just a few weeks ago, mind you. Not even 2 weeks ago at this point. It's actually remarks from actual staff at eBay talking about this, and they go into some detail. eBay Inc., you can see it here, quarter 2019 earnings call transcript. You can see what they're doing. You can actually look into their mind thought on where the money's coming from. You can see they're talking about cutting costs. They're talking about gaining more money from the actual sellers, us. So I wouldn't want to see eBay go down the wrong route, but we'll have to play this out. You should all read this here. It's everybody in the company who's anybody, including the current CEO, the whole works. Devin is actually in here as the president. So, and you can see it. He talks about, the GMV down, but revenue's up 4%. So, that's coming off the backs of us. It talks about them reducing the ROI for them. You just got to watch out on what's going on with this. So it's an eye-opener. If you didn't know the dividends aspect of it, this opens up a whole new ballpark of whether it's going to be, helping, investors to bring more people into the company, or whether it's going to hurt the company and have them force them to split things off. All the economists talk about things like this. I've read these articles a couple of times just to make sure I didn't miss anything, which is always a good recommendation. I would honestly recommend you reading what's in here, where they expect to get their money from, the dividend aspect of it, which as of right now, things are going really well for them overall. Obviously, it would be better for the GMV to be up, but money-wise is still coming in. They did invest a lot in some of the things that are going on, and with the new changes to mimic Amazon, they've got a lot invested in that. Once it's up and running, it won't cost them nearly as much, and they can start to recoup the money back, which is the hopeful likelihood of what's going on. But anyway, that's what I have for you today. Well, there you go. That's some more things that are going on with the eBay community. Hopefully that gave you some ideas and some thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified if I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell a friend.